let's get into it as we do. It's your boys. Make sure you come on in, you comment, you like and subscribe. We gonna get started.
Oh, yeah. Y'all come on in the building. Y'all already know what time it is. I'm out here. The tailgate experience.
Show, baby, we're here now. Season over. We about to turn it all the way up. We about to take the victory. Get the dub, y'all. Let's go.
All right.
Go. Keep down.
Let's get it. What do we got right here? Who in the house right here? All right.
Roll on up. A happy birthday to this one.
Y'all know what time it is. Monday Night Football don't get no better than this. I'm trying to tell you. Let's get it. All right, who we got right here? Let's go. We got some down here. We got Wonder Woman right there. All right. It's taking out. All right, what you got here? What you call yourself? Wonder Panther? Panther Lynch. All right. It's Panther Lynch. Like first. All right. Yeah. Y'all keep coming. Let's get it. All right. Right here, y'all at Royal Lion Tailgate Party. Oh, man. It's on. We told y'all we gonna do y'all that too. And y'all know what's happening. All right. So we get on that too.
Run game and as a pass rusher. So what we're talking about is a productive.
Let's get it. It's combine time. What's up, everybody? Here we go.
Defensive lineman like a Jalen Carter, for example. I'm not comparing the two, but I'm telling you that Walter Nolan has serious ability. We saw it at the Senior Bowl. You saw it all over the place on tape. And the guy plays hard. He plays really hard, Bucky.
You talk about playing hard. Playing hard is a skill. And when you talk about dominant interior pass rushers, look no farther than Jalen Carter and what he was able to do for the Philadelphia Eagles. That impact at the point of attack right over the center's head, it matters. It disrupts the complete timing of rhythm of the running game and the passing game when you have someone like that.
Yeah, and another guy that kind of entered the first round defensive tackle chat with his play this year for the Oregon Ducks, Bucky, was Derek Harmon, transferred into Oregon this year and really had an excellent year, wreaking havoc along a very talented offensive line or defensive line for the Ducks.
Absolutely. His game went to the next level when he made the move from Michigan State to Oregon. And when you think about the talent, the tenacity, what he is able to bring to the thing, you see it time and time again. And there are people that wonder, is the production real? Did he just have a great year? I don't know, but I see a guy on tape that when we go through the checklist that scouts go through, prototypical size, yes. Athleticism, yes. Punishing presence, yes. Nastiness, yes. He has a lot of yeses on his column, which is why he should be an early round draft pick.
I call him a drain clogger because if you think you're going to run in between guard to guard, forget it. You better call Drano and get this taken care of because he's going to clog the drain and make things spill outside. So you need some of those guys too.
Yeah, his defensive tackle teammate tandem from
Jamari
Caldwell transferred in from Houston. Obviously, Harmon coming from Michigan State. All right, let's also talk about a Georgia Bulldog. Maybe not in the same light as Jalen Carter. We saw blow this thing up, but Tyrion Ingram Dawkins is going to be interesting.
Oh, he's real interesting.
Yeah.
I tell you what, he's got 10 career starts. And you say, well, why does he only have 10 starts? Well, because just like Q Robinson, who I just told you about at Alabama, they're playing behind dudes. So they're getting to play, but they play behind dudes. Well, Tyrion Ingram Dawkins is a guy who is very bendy. He's really athletic. You see right there, looks great on the hoof. And he is really athletic in terms of his range. He can set the edge. Anybody coming from Georgia is going to be good with their hands. They're going to be technically sound. You see a little change of direction right there, you know. You know, if you got the bend and you got the body control, you can change direction and make plays. The guy before him, Derek Harmon, sometimes a little stiff-kneed, has a little trouble gathering and finishing in the backfield. Not Ingram Dawkins. And this is a guy on the come-up. He is an ascending player on the come-up. I know he doesn't have a ton of starts, but when you watch the athleticism,
Shout out
you
to
see
my
what
boy
he does. You see
C.
the technique's pretty good. You see some rush from him. You can project as a potential day 3 player. He could sneak up even higher than that. I've talked to some teams who said, hey, we don't care how much he played. We care what he's going to do in the pros. And he's got traits now. We talked with Chris Ballard about traits. He's bendy, athletic, explosive, and he plays hard up the field.
Bucky, how about a defensive tackle that maybe whose name could use a little bit more buzz?
Oh, you saw one in Mobile, TJ Saunders from
did.
South Carolina, and he is a show pony as we talk. He is pretty on the hoof, does a really good job of dominating at the point of attack, and he has so much left to grow in his game. And you have to understand, South Carolina has a great tradition of producing feisty defensive players. He is the next one that is going to have an opportunity to really pop at the next level. You just saw him get better and better and better, and the nastiness, the athleticism. We can talk about the production, 9.5 sacks from an interior position. Really good player, underrated. More people need to be buzzing about this guy. I see him as a day 2 prospect right
And
there.
the combine's like Shane Beamer Central. There's so many South Carolina guys, and Sanders is one of these guys.
The safety is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
you got Rocket Sanders, the running back. You got TJ Sanders, the defensive tackle. I mean, they got a bunch of dudes that we're going to see during the combine.
So we've talked about Mason Graham a lot, and there's a good reason for that. And Next Gen Stats, powered by AWS, is going to show us exactly why when we look at the highest NGS draft scores for defensive tackles since 2014. Got a future Hall of Famer in Aaron Donald, pretty dang good defensive tackle from the New York Jets there, Quentin Williams, who was drafted all the way up at the top of the first round. And then look at Mason Graham sitting there just 3 spots or 3 points below what Quentin Williams put up there at 94. So Graham 91, and then Ed Oliver, who's been an incredible interior disruptor for the Buffalo Bills, coming out of Houston as a first-round pick there. And beginning today, you can check out the all-new Next Gen Stats Combine IQ dashboard exclusively on NFL.com. They've got real-time combine results and in-depth analysis updating live throughout the day. Awesome new tool from our friends at Next Gen and AWS. Okay, a lot more on the way as we continue here on Combine today, presented by Toyota. When we come back, the linebackers are on the field today as well. And some of these off-ball backers have shown the ability to make some real plays, getting after the passer, getting their hands on the football. We'll give you a preview of that group when we come back.
And now your action weather broadcast. We've got shifting weather conditions on the horizon. Expect scattered thunderstorms and dense fog. It's a wild one out there.
Toyota Trucks, let's go places.
Make sure you guys come on in. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel on your way in. We're going to get it going. Please show us that love on your way in.
It's a wonderful world. Nerds Gummy Clusters. Unleash your senses.
Why do 80% of NFL players choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Because the higher my sleep IQ score, the better I play. But that's not the only reason.
He likes his side firm. I like my side soft.
Sleep Number does that. Effortless comfort all night. So sleeping on a smart bed is why you can play like this?
Yeah, because I also like to sleep cool.
And I like to sleep even cooler.
And I really like it when we both get what we want.
Sleep Number does that. Introducing the new Sleep Number Climate Cool smart bed. Sleep up to 15 degrees cooler on each side. Visit a Sleep Number store near you.
We took our fan favorite Little Caesars Crazy Puffs and made them even better with bacon. They'll make you say, whoa.
Shout out to C asked, he said, who you looking to see? I'm gonna be real with you, man. I want to see Shamar Stewart. I want to see a lot of these guys. I mean, Shamar Turner that comes in here. I want to take a look at Mason Graham. There's a bevy of guys that I want to keep my eyes on, man. I want to see what Mike Green does too today, because hearing so much about Mike Green and his ability to get out and pass, get after the quarterback. I want to see what he looked like in his measurables and his ability to get out there and see what that 40 time looking like. Because they have questions about his short arms and they have questions about him getting in and out of his cuts. So I like to see where we're going with that one. Because Mike Green, I've been told he has that boom or bust. Either he can be really, really good or he can be really, really bad. So put it in the chat if you're watching right now and you want to figure out who you want to keep your eyes on. Like I said, make sure y'all subscribe on y'all way in while we showcasing this thing today. Like I said, we're gonna do a lot of commentaries. The fellas will be in here in a few. We'll be rotating in and out, but we're gonna make sure we bring y'all the content of what's going on. All right, we back at it. Here we go.
Jalen Walker, who might fit the top 5 edge rushers in this class, too. He is that productive, that athletic. Carson Schlesinger down there at number 5 might be my favorite player in this entire draft. Has just 10 starts at off-ball linebacker at UCLA and ended up a Butkus Award finalist. A lot of fun with this linebacker group. But let's start right there at the top. Jalen Walker, we're not going to see. He had a chance to blow this thing up with the athleticism that he's got out here on the field at Lucas Oil
Barrett
Stadium.
Carter.
Again, immense talent with Jalen Walker. Buddy.
Yeah, immense talent because he's a new school hybrid at these positions. What you're getting now, off-ball linebackers who also have pass rush skills. When I look at Jalen Walker, he has that. When we turn on the XO, you can see it all play out.
Oh yeah, this is dope.
Physical downhill player, man. He's nasty. He's gonna eat it up at the line of scrimmage. Coming off the edge, he can set the point. When we talk about these hybrids, they're different because they're truly defensive ends who also.
Oh, look at Jalen Walker.
You see the speed and quickness and burst when he turns the corner. He is going to be a problem off the edge. Everyone is looking for the next Micah Parsons. I'm not saying he is him, but he certainly has a lot of those traits that these evaluators, coaches, and scouts are looking for at this hybrid position that is really the craze in the National Football League.
And something we're not going to see, and you know this, Bucky, from being in those meetings, something we're not going to see on the combine floor or at his pro day workout is the leadership.
That's right.
The football character and the culture player he is.
Man, I always want to see Kenneth Grant.
And every team wants to change culture. You know, just imagine a team that you don't quite have an identity on the defensive side of the ball. You might want to bring this guy in and let him be a culture guy to get things right. He's a get-right culture guy, and he's a winner over there at Georgia. A lot of winning that's been done, besides the fact he's a really good football player.
Yeah, well, look, we talked about the freaky athleticism of another linebacker that you got in your top 5, Jahad Campbell at the top of the show. What kind of potential are we talking about seeing out here today?
Oh, we're talking about someone that can hit the 4.4, someone that we expect to jump high. And look, leap tall buildings is this thing about all those things you expect to see from Jahad Campbell. I would say that I don't know if Alabama fully maximized what he could be at the next level. Unlike those Georgia players that did a bunch of different things, he may be a better pro than a college player. And that's saying a lot about someone who was really spectacular at times for the Crimson Tide. Jahad Campbell is really an interesting player to watch.
I'm with you.
I like Jahad Campbell.
I think he was a downhill
Good goal.
face Alabama linebacker. And I was kind of disappointed in some of the run stuff. And then I turned on the pass stuff. And I was like, whoa, this guy's got instincts. He's got coverage ability. He's got range. He can rush. And so I'm thinking, you know, I know you played him inside a little bit.
Shout out to
Alabama, but I'm kind of more with you, Buck. I think this is a hybrid guy that you really cut loose and cause problems on third downs and rush downs.
Lance, I gave you the appetizer on Carson Schlesinger. Give us the main dish on his tape, my friend.
I'm telling you what, his tape is so much fun because when we run the XOs for here for you, when you watch this highlight stuff, imagine that this linebacker is a running back because he sees exactly where you're going and he tracks your lanes before you even. He's the
beautiful
linebacker in this draft. This is a walk-on who turned into an All-American.
Oh my
Walk-on
God.
to All-American. He was a freak daddy, productive special teams player throughout his career. Then he gets a late, 1-year start basically at UCLA.
Forced fumble right there.
Blows it up with 1 billion tackles for loss all over the place. He sees what you're doing in terms of coverage, as you can see right there. And the thing that I love about him, watching him with that end zone view, is that he seems to be headed for the run lane before you. Like I'm thinking.
Oh, they send him on those run throughs all day long there at UCLA.
Gosh, but I think he knows where you're headed. I mean, I don't think it's just straight shots. He feels the run play development, and that's, Bucky. Sometimes that's tape, but a lot of times that's just feel. You have that or you don't.
Phil, look, this guy at high school, Oaks Christian High School, makes his way to UCLA as a walk-on, builds himself up, dominates on special teams, then becomes an All-American linebacker. We already know that he can get a jersey each week because he can play special teams, but his dominance inside leads me to believe he's one of these new type middle linebackers that can play for a long time in the league.
When Deshaun Foster was the running backs coach there and Schlesinger was a linebacker on the scout team, he would go up to Carson and try to get scouting reports on his own running backs because Carson would see that stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
He is one of the smartest guys of any position group in this class. And by the way, his buddy Femi Oladejo, who moved down to edge rusher, which allowed Carson to move into that linebacker role, is definitely one to watch here today. Some real athleticism, played well at the Senior Bowl also. Okay, let's tell you again what we got coming up for you here on NFL Network and NFL Plus. Starting in a matter of moments, you're going to see the defensive line, edge, and defensive tackles, along with the linebackers, go through their 40s and all the on-field drills, all the testing, all the stuff you love. It's all exclusively on NFL Network and NFL Plus. Okay, time now for Going Places, presented by Toyota. Talking about which prospects will improve their draft stock today. Bucky Brooks, who fits that bill for you, my friend?
Texas A&M edge player, defensive end, Nick Scroton. He is someone that you want to pay attention to. When I look at him, I feel like he's underrated throughout the process just because of the way that he plays the game. Fast, physical, feisty. Does all those things at the point of attack. Has heavy hands. Can do it coming off the edge. There you see the little dancing ballerina move, little spin move that he got, little Hakeem Olajuwon from Lance Thornton down from H-Town. He can make it happen off the edge. I just feel like he's flying under the radar. Maybe with so many guys sitting out, we have a better appreciation for him in his game when we come out this weekend.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think enough people are talking about it. I just think he's rock solid. And then you got to go back to Purdue the year before and watch him at Purdue, too, because he got a lot less attention. There was a lot of attention thrown his way, which is, I think, why he wasn't quite as productive. I tell you who I think is going to really pop in this combine and people are going to be talking about is Jordan Burch. You know, you don't love the tape all the time against the run. I think he can be more urgent. I think he can be more physical. But then when you turn on the tape, now this is number one. Now I want you to look at this guy. This is one of those Jimmies and Joes you talk about. You got the X's and O's and the Jimmies and Joes. This is what we call a Joe. And he has some real ability off the edge to run, to bend. He's like a finesse rusher with a little power, as you saw right there, that speed to power coming off the edge. He has real rush talent. You'd like to see him play a little tougher at the point of attack, but this league is all about rush now. I mean, if you can rush, you're more valuable. And then he's going to look great. He's going to run really fast. He's going to test really well. He's going to move up in a position of great need.
Guys, Toledo is going to have a first-round pick in the draft for the second straight year. Darius Alexander, the defensive lineman, talking about Quinion Mitchell a year ago, obviously was excellent for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think Darius Alexander has a chance to really pop. An extreme athlete. This guy who started his collegiate career as a left tackle, as a freshman, now is going to be an NFL draft pick as a defensive tackle. He had a 58-yard pick six in the bowl game against Pitt. His defensive line coach was Frank Okamp, who was a star in Texas, said that he has got immense ability. One of his teammates, Lance Dixon, who transferred in from Penn State, played with Micah Parsons, said Parsons is the only guy that is more athletic that he'd ever seen than Darius Alexander.
By the way, Frank Okamp now with the Houston Texans,
is that right?
Who need defensive tackle in this draft. So let's just keep an eye on that one.
Okay, I will keep an eye on that one. Very interesting. So a lot of fun here, guys. This was day one of our Scouting Combine Today journey, and we certainly appreciate you guys being with you. And we will be back tomorrow, hour before all the drills start, talking about the defensive backs and the tight ends. We'll see you then.
With Verizon, trade in any phone in any condition. And get the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus with AI and a...
Well, they got us, go.
Yeah, well, Q, you know what I mean, brother? This is going to be, if you guys are listening to this pod. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah. They got us. They took it down.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they took the shit down.
Oh, shit, even with the disclaimer.
Even with the disclaimer and all that, they took the motherfucker down. Damn. Go look. I just look stream unavailable.
What about the rest of these motherfuckers?
I don't know how these niggas be doing it.